In order to test the web application, you need to locate the different elements on the web page. They are different, and then you can perform any kind of action on those elements. You need to locate those elements by unique attributes or properties of that element. If the element is a text box, then attribute or property which is unique to that text box need to be identified. So these are the different kind of methods you can use to locate those. So you can locate an element by its attribute of ID, name, link text, partial link text, XPath, tag name, class name, CSS. Most commonly you can use ID to locate an element because each element has a unique ID. But there are situations in which ID is not available, then you have to use one of the other techniques. XPath is also common to identify the element uniquely. Now there are different tools available which comes with the browser which can be used to identify these elements. So for Chrome browser, you can use your developer tools to locate the elements on the web page. So for example, here is a text box for phone number. So you can, one way is like you can right click on that text box and select inspect option. So that will open the developer tool with elements tab opened, and then there you will see the different attributes for that particular text box. So you'll see that the class name is text field, ID is text phone, name is text phone. So you can use ID ID locator or name locator, whichever is appropriate. But since ID is unique for every element, so most probably people will use ID to locate this element. So you can close this developer tool. The other way to open this developer tool is just go to the settings menu, and within that you'll see um, more tools, and more tools. You can select developer tools, and you'll go into the same developer tools window. So here you have to kind of drill down into that table and find the element. So it will be a little bit more time consuming. So the best way would be just to right click on that element and select the inspect option to find the attributes of that element. Similarly, if you are using Internet Explorer browser, there are developer tools available to locate elements. For example, here suppose again we want to locate this text field for phone number. So we can just right click on select that field and right click on it, and right click on it and select inspect element. So that will launch the developer tool, and it will select that element which we selected. So here is that element, the text, its name attribute is text phone, class is text field, ID is text phone. So here, this is how you can locate this element uniquely by using one of these properties. The other way you can launch this developer tool is by pressing F12 key, or you can go into this settings menu and select developer tools. So that will also launch the developer tool. Now let's go through an example to see what we have learned so far. So in this web application, we will enter a phone number and a password and click on the submit button, and it will take you to another page where it shows the customer phone number. So we need to validate also that we have reached the right place. So let's see the code for this what for this for this test case. So we go to, so let's look at the code, Selenium WebDriver code, which will test that application. So first one is we need to open the browser and navigate to the application under test. So we'll use this iWebDriver driver that will declare the declaration of the object. Then next is create the object or instantiate it. So that's driver is equal to new Firefox driver. So since we are going to use the default Firefox browser, so we'll skip those comments here. And then we want to navigate to the URL. So we'll use this driver.navigate.go to URL and enter the URL there. And next is here we have put like a thread.sleep, which will just put a wait of 3 seconds, just so that it makes it a little bit slower so that we can see the output. Then here is the one which we are interested in, where we located that element of text box where the user can enter the phone number. So first we want to clear that text box, so that if there is some previous entry, it will clear it. So we use this driver.find element by.id. id was that id which we found using the browser developer tool, and we clear that text box. And then the next statement, we um, locate that element again and then send keys and send the phone number. So this is how you use the different locators. So in this case, we for text box to enter the phone number, we used id locator. Similarly, to enter the password, we follow the same sequence, but instead of using id, we are using the locator name. So we locate that element by name. So the name of that field was text password, and then we send keys and password. Similarly, the next one is we click on the submit button. So here we are using XPath locator. So that's the XPath for that submit button, and then it will click that button. Now once we clicked it, we go to another page where the customer phone number is shown. So we want to validate that we have reached the correct page. So we use this code here. We put like a we create a variable, string variable, expected value, and out we know that expected value should be customer phone number. And then we are going to use code to find that the actual value. So actual value is we locate that element and get the text out of that element, and then we will use the if statement to validate that the actual value and the expected value are equal. If they are equal, then our test case will pass. If they are not equal, then it will fail. So let's run this test case. So we'll right click on it, run test. So it should open the Firefox browser and then navigate to trainingguide.net, and then enter the phone number and the password, and then click on the submit button, and then it goes to the next page where it shows the customer phone number, and it will validate if the actual phone number and the expected phone number are matching. So here, just to see if the output is matching, we have used console.writeline command. So let's see the output and see if we are able to get the right results. So here our console, the message captured customer phone number was this, expected value matches with the actual value, so the test case pass. Also on the left hand side in the text blur, also you see that the login test case passed.